Now, I've never been opposed to the idea of zombies. They're dumber, slower versions of ourselves that are honestly quite easy to kill. And I've learned exactly how to kill them after watching so many seasons of The Walking Dead, so I'm prepared. I'm very prepared to turn anything into a weapon. Countries all over the world have different legends and stories of the living dead, so let's get into it. What is up, you guys? Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm your host, Ayman Hassan, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be discussing the top 10 scary zombie urban legends. Starting us off at number 10 is the Nacht era. This horrific creature comes from German folklore and is said to be a reanimated corpse that not only feeds on its own body, but the bodies of its living relatives. It's said to climb out of its grave, shapeshift into a pig, and then roam the streets of Germany looking for its living relatives. When it finds them, obviously they have no idea it's their reanimated dead cousin because it's a pig, and before you know it, it's drinking their blood. After killing them, it's known to ring the bells of the nearest church, killing everyone that hears the sound. Because apparently killing your relatives isn't enough, you may as well kill everyone within a 2-mile radius for fun as well. You know, while you're on your killing spree. What's another few hundred people? Pocket change. Acceptable losses. Coming in at number 9 is the Draugar. This undead creature comes from Norse mythology and it translates to again walker. The Draugar live inside their graves in order to protect the treasure that's buried with them. Now, because they're zombies, you'd think they'd be weak and easy to kill, but again, you'd be wrong. This creature has superhuman strength, can control the weather, stinks of death, can look into the future, and they can shapeshift and get bigger at will. Looks-wise, they look like a legit dead body, swollen and blackened, and all they like to do is terrorize the living and get revenge on the people who wronged them. That can include devouring their flesh, drinking their blood, driving them insane, or, you know, just simply crushing them. At number 8, we have Jian Shi, also known as the hopping vampire or hopping zombie. This creature comes from Chinese legend and are low-key quite slick but deadly. These creatures have varying appearances. Some look like regular corpses, while others look like the shit of The Walking Dead. Rotting, decayed for centuries, and just all around horrifying, yet both versions wear uniform-like robes and hats. Jian Shis get around by hopping with their arms outstretched since their limbs are so stiff they can't even bend them. They behave like animals and have this green tinge to their skin. The only way they can survive is by killing the living and absorbing their ki or their life force at night and hiding in dark caves during the day. A modern day Chinese vampire. I kind of stan it, I'm not gonna lie. Filling at number 7 slot is the Ghoul. These demon-like creatures are undead monsters that come from Arabic folklore. These ghouls linger around graveyards and the desert and can shapeshift into any animal at will, but mostly hyenas. The creature then lures people into any abandoned place or the desert and then drinks their blood and kills them. To add to the sickness of the whole thing, as if that wasn't bad enough, they then shapeshift into the last person they just killed. I feel like that's just some kind of sick that I don't want to be a part of. Now at number 6 is Gangia. Hailing from Scandinavian folklore, this word literally translates to walking after death. Legend has it this thing is a hybrid between a zombie and a ghost. Its body is that of a zombie, but it still possesses its memories and mind from life, kind of like a ghost. A Gangia can be created through many ways. Murderers or people who have been murdered rarely sleep peacefully in their graves and therefore come back from the afterlife. People who have committed suicide, people with unfinished business, people who couldn't cross into the light pretty much. So anyone in the show, the Ghost Whisperer that Jennifer Love Hewitt has to save. Modern stories claim that if a Gangia pinched a human, they would turn into a zombie by being cursed with illness or death. First of all, can we just give me a props for even trying to pronounce that? I know I did it wrong, but I really did try my best, and that's all we can hope for in this life of sin. Coming in at number 5 is a Revenant. This one's pretty common and most people have heard of Revenants before, but if you haven't, they've always been believed to be reanimated corpses that come back just to haunt the living. They hail from Norse and Celtic mythology and include dead child beings who need religious rites to be performed on them so they can finally be at peace. Revenants kill the living just as most zombies do, but I reckon Revenants are the least of our worries compared to the other horrid creatures on this list. Like, we're fine. At number 4 is a Litch. This undead creature is fictional, but we're going to talk about it anyway because it's pretty damn cool. So these creatures are usually made by magicians who know necromancy and are trying to find the key to immortality. I mean, aren't we all? I don't want to live forever. I mean, but I do though. you know, quoting Zayn Malik, I do want to live forever. Now they're almost like undead leaders because they control hordes of lesser undead creatures who serve them kind of like little henchmen. Normal zombies are dumb, we know this, and we've seen it in movies time and time again, but a Lich is sentient and is as smart as it was prior to its transformation. Looks wise, they're usually skeletal looking or just extremely desecrated. This is a creature I honestly wouldn't mind being myself if I had to be one of these things. They have independent thought, they rule over other dead hoes, and they're just badass, like me. Filling our number 3 slot is the Vitala. Ancient Hindi stories have featured the undead for as long as we can remember. Some of the oldest vampire tales actually originated in India. Y'all are just out here thinking pasty Dracula was the first vampire when really it was Raj from Mumbai. The Vitala are dead, don't get me wrong, but they're not at peace because the proper funeral rites were not performed on them. Now that's one version of the story. Another one claims evil spirits occupy the corpses and reanimate them for all their evil wrongdoing deeds. However, I'm just gonna go with the first story because it's more interesting, and in that version, the Vitala are extremely intelligent. They have information on the past, present, and future and use that to help humans. However, despite their good nature, they ended up getting enslaved by sorcerers who obviously want their powerful knowledge. But don't get me wrong, they're also not all good. They still go out there and kill children and livestock, and if you want to avoid them, just look at their hands and feet because they will always be on backwards. Now at number 2 is ricolacaze. Hailing from Greek folklore, the ricolacaze is a corpse that rises from the grave, but only of a person who led a sinful, sacrilegious life. Their punishment is to never die and be at peace, but instead walk among the living forever. All they do is spread death and disease, and they do it by simply sitting next to you, and no one is safe. Even werewolves can turn into one, which has got me a tad concerned, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The ricolacaze literally walk up to people's doors and knock on them, and honestly, I would too. If I'm being forced to live a doomed life of just spreading negativity, which I feel like a lot of haters are in the comments, I would at least be good at it, you know? And finally, at number 1 is the beast of Bladenboro. Back in 1953, Bladenboro, North Carolina was struck with a string of unexplainable attacks that left locals fearing for their lives. It started when a farmer saw a huge beast carrying his dog away, and the beast looked feline in nature. A few days later, multiple dog carcasses were found around town, all drained of their blood. Hunters were summoned from all across the state to try and hunt down the supposed feline vampire beast. Eventually, time passed and the hunters found nothing. The town was also getting tired of all the havoc that was going on, so they shot a bobcat and displayed it, claiming they had finally gotten the beast, but they hadn't. It never killed again, but locals are sure it's still alive somewhere in the state. And that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed Walking Dead. When I first read the title of this video, I thought it was The Walking Dead, as in the show, and I was like, sign me up, I'm not gonna disappoint Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes, I love him. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. As always, I'm your host, Eamon Hassan, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.